Good morning, Susan Lenart here with Jewelry Talk and the Nomadic Jeweler. I might morph this into the Nomadic Jeweler. I've been thinking more and more about this whole concept of the Nomadic Jeweler. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Thanks for joining me. Oh my gosh. Hey there, I missed you guys last week. So I was off on a little vacation, getting renewed, and I've been thinking about everybody in intentional metalsmithing and all my jeweler people. Hello there. There's Christina, there's Joni. So many people are joining. Hi, you guys. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me today. I feel so refreshed in so many ways, which is so important as an artist, as you guys know. When you're creating as an artist, oh my gosh, it's so important to go find a way to be refreshed where you literally can check out of everything you're doing for 3 to 5 to 7 days. And if you can do that, hi Sherry, hi you guys. Oh my gosh, little suntan. One of my very favorite things to do, you guys, is to tumble in the waves. I feel like a teenager out there. I'm going to be 80 years old and I'm going to be out in the ocean tumbling in the waves. You know what I mean? It refreshes me, and it's like, why shouldn't I? It's like you find the little things and you keep them on track of what you're doing to make you feel good, and it's like anytime I'm out that ocean water, I get out there when I go to Puerto Vallarta and teach. I was out in Puerto Rico and I just really had a vacation with my family. That's a lot of our background there is Puerto Rico. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. So, we get those nice waves. I'll go out in 11-foot waves. I'll go out in 1-foot waves. I'll go out in calm water. But, it is really one of my very favorite things. It just kind of clears me with that salt water and gets me straight. Good morning. Nice to see you guys. Oh my gosh. From Brazil. Is that Brazil? Well, hi you guys. Oh, a toasty brown. I swear I put my lotion on, you know what I mean? But I just loved being out in that ocean water. A little toasty brown. Looks good with all my jewelry, right guys? So here's what I'm wearing today. And what I want to talk about, this is my Algerian piece. But I actually, in a lot of my jewelry, but I actually want to talk about that I've been wanting to talk about for a long time. I just have a tiny little perspective of it, but this is jewelry of Indian Thar Desert. You guys have this book. This is on my Amazon reading list, and it's such a beautiful subject. I thought I would just tackle it tiny little bits at a time. Hi, from Maryland. Nice to see you guys. You guys, you know what? Also, we have brand new people from Intentional Metalsmithing who are joining us today. And I want to say thank you to you guys starting the program, and it's been really joyful. I meet with my group next week. So I'm so happy for all these new people and Jewelry Talk, and I think I might be morphing it into the Nomadic Jeweler. It's really what I consider myself. So when I was in Puerto Rico, this visit, I love this area. My sister lives down there part-time, so it's always so nice to see her down there. And I thought, I think it would be really important, this whole Nomadic Jewelers concept, and bringing it, for me, bringing it to Puerto Rico, no matter how long I'm there. Hello from Austin. Wonderful. Nice to see you guys. So there she's talking about my Amazon, where I actually list this book. I know it's backwards to you guys. This book just has the most beautiful eye candy that I have been studying this and a lot of this Moroccan jewelry, and I've really coming up with a way to morph this into my own work and this into my own work, and how to build my own pieces. India. So I think a lot of people know Jewelry Talk is all of the other side of jewelry. So I definitely teach technique in intentional metalsmithing, but for me, I realized, the name of the book is called Enduring Splendor. It's a little soft copy, jewelry of the Indian Thar Desert. And this is really the jewelry that I study. Oh my gosh, in the Thar Desert. So one of the interesting things is in the Thar Desert is way back in the 18th century, it was this area, which is Jaipur, that's where a lot of silver is done. beautiful pieces are done, silver, gold, gems. Oh, it's like, so how it got that way, how did it get that way? Back in the 18th century, it was the royal capital, and Jai Singh, and if, a few people are on here from India, don't feel bad about correcting me. I try my best here, you know what I mean? I love all cultures. So really, Jewelry Talk, the Nomadic Jeweler, is just about being able to produce your jewelry, produce your artwork, no matter where you're living. If you're in India, if you're in Puerto Rico, if you're in, when we go to Morocco, we're bringing our portable station with us so we can love and soak in and enjoy nature or the rainforest or whatever we see around us, and bring this into, Enduring Splendor, and bring it into our own work. Because as artists, really our job is to walk around and interpret the world and put it out into our own art form through how we think and what we do. All of our jewelry will be different, even if we're all in intentional metalsmithing. And I know I say this over and over again, but it is so true. It's like, by just me spending a week kind of checking out, absorbing in nature, I did a lot of hiking in the rainforest, tumbled in the ocean, and just kind of got to see these beautiful little kiosks and barrios and, of just these beautiful colors that I don't get to see here in Cleveland. I miss those colors when I get back here, So, and bringing all of these little gem-colored pieces into my work. And it's why I think I really started loving, just bringing in all these little bright gems. You see these in colorful cultures, it's so much fun. So in the 18th century, Jai Singh, he brought in, when he was king or ruler or, he wanted to really bring in some good historical and culture to his area. So he invited artists, poets, musicians, craftsmen, goldsmiths, jewelers, just to come in and set up shop and show your things. And he really wanted a vibrant culture there. And that's really how it all starts. If we are lucky enough to be within like an artist community of photographers and all, painters and all different people, you get a taste of other mediums right along with your silversmithing. I know for me, I love connecting with other silversmiths and jewelers, like all of us. But really, it's an art form. So make sure that you stay involved with other artists as well. The musicians. Oh my gosh. It was really nice to hear this Caribbean music with a little bit of reggae mixed in, just from other Caribbean, and it was just nice to salsa music. We went and heard some really nice jazzy kind of salsa, and it just brings you in a different place in a spirit. So when, and all of this, as an artist, which you guys are, and I am, it really brings this richness into you, so you can reinterpret this, and it comes out in your work. And I promise you, it will come out in your work. You just have to trust the process. And that's why all of our work is different. When people are taking a course or you're in intentional metalsmithing, you're following directions and doing your own thing. But I promise you, you will keep moving on to the place where, you're reinterpreting and bringing in your own experiences. And when you clear and be clear with yourself and show up and do your work, you're really going to have your own body of work. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to read you guys this little bit of passage because I felt like, in a sense, this is what this Thar Desert jewelry is all about. I always talk about jewelry from other cultures in a sense that it's not just about the value. It's really expressing yourself as an artist. Your pieces you wear, which is why I show up on Jewelry Talk. Hi, you guys, nice to see you. It's why I show up on Jewelry Talk, like really with chosen pieces and layers, and, it's like at different times, if you go back a year from now, you're gonna see me just in a whole different style. We all grow and we morph and our jewelry changes. So, I also, if you get onto my Shopify site, you're gonna see that, I did a film incorporating dance, a performance piece with jewelry, because that really is what it's about. It's about your other senses too, besides your visual. It's about sound, it's about light, it's about shadow, it's about meaning, it's about symbolism, it's about expressing myself as an art form on who I am by just looking at what I'm wearing and what you're wearing. So, when I walk up like this, it's like, that I'm not necessarily a normal corporate person, right? We all have our own, So that at least tells that story. I love going into the art museums, and, it's like, it's kind of a cop-out when I see a piece named unknown or untitled or nothing, So when you go to an art museum, it's the same thing as a jewelry filter. You're being creative. So you walk in and there's one word, like painter, or, you look at the time period, you look who the artist is, and you look at your piece of art, and it doesn't matter what anybody else describes this piece of art as. You listen inside yourself for how you feel when you look at this piece, how this piece makes you feel. And then you can kind of see the time period, and you can think about, oh my gosh, during this time period, you just start evaluating in that way. Artwork is not to be snobbed upon, not to be snobby. Jewelry is not to be snobby upon. I guess that's a new statement, not to be snobby upon. But jewelry as an art form is really to be interpreted in your own space, whether you put it on your walls, which I started talking a lot about more recently, or whether you wear it on your body, or whether you have your whole collection for the vibration. I talk about many times, like, I love waking up and seeing my jewelry by my bedside, because that starts my morning off, knowing who I am, centering myself, and just like waking up happy because I love my jewelry. The first expression of ourselves is an art form. The thing I love about this Indian area in Jaipur, the Thar Desert, is that way back in time, even when sculptures were done, even if there wasn't clothing on the body, there's always jewelry. Jewelry is always known for its art form in this area, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just, so beautiful in the way that it's expressed. Jewelry has such a heartbeat. I've done a lot of reading on it, and I'm not even gonna, I won't even be able to express it exactly as true, because I did not grow up in this area, but I want to try to do my best and do small segments at a time. So really, jewelry in the Thar Desert is the heartbeat. When a baby is first born, you are born and you get like a little black bead on your bracelet, and it's really for warding off the evil eye. So no one is looking at your baby, no one's putting spells, you don't want your baby to get sick, and that type of thing. Hi, you guys, new joiners. And this is always posted on YouTube too, so you guys can catch up and grab all this stuff here. So also, I love, and then later on, it's like, women don't really own a man's property when you get married, so a woman will come in with her own property. The reason why jewelry, it was, much jewelry was made from melted down coins of gold and silver. So even if you were a farmer way back in 1800s, 1700s in India, in the Thar Desert area, if you were a farmer and you sold your milk, or from your cow, or you sold your cow, or you sold agriculture, you would get paid in silver coins or gold coins. So, what did people do with these coins then? You melted them down, wore them on your body, so you could walk around and express yourself and your wealth or status or many different things. This, or who you are, you're identifying yourself. This is actually a piece I got from Indonesia, but this is similar to these torques. What are these pieces called? There is a name for them. Let me look this. Oh, Hanuman, a Hanuman. A very young woman, when she gets married, this one is, I have to repair, so I'm not wearing it, but a very young woman, when she gets married or when she's betrothed, she'll wear a piece like this. This piece, so interestingly, not only resembles, it's broken right there, but not only resembles like that you're bound into a marriage, but one of my favorite parts about this, oh my gosh, only India, you guys, with Kama Sutra and all the different things of like being a realist on real life, so being a realist on pleasure and marriage and what it's all about. A lot of times in America and maybe in Europe, a lot of us are from Europe, it's like a lot of these hidden pleasures. We're not supposed to have pleasure. We're supposed to wake up and work. Our generation was trained. You're supposed to work, make money, do this, do that, raise your kids, and it's like, I love when cultures are really about the realist side of having pleasure, having family, having all this other pleasurable things that you should have in your life. So it's interesting. It's like, so the hamen also is usually done with silver, because silver, it's usually heavier. The gold was always lighter in the Thar Desert. The silver jewelry was more common and easier to find. I mean, I think I've read that all the gold in the world would fill a solid 10 by 10 space, and that's all the gold that has been discovered in the world. But, the 24 karat, it's added to become an 18 karat and different things like that. But silver is more common. So silver, heavy necklaces, multiple pieces can be done. And it's so interesting because it's a metaphor for a commitment of marriage, but also right here on the collarbone, gently stimulates vital energy points. Isn't that interesting? It gently stimulates your energy points in your body, because we're thinking holistically. So it talks about, it sits at the base of the neck where your thyroid is, your thyroid gland. It improves circulation, and it is really healing for your thyroid to kind of be massaged through the day when you walk or when you move around, which I thought was fascinating to me. So, we're talking about jewelry now as kind of a healing element in there. Wow, you guys, look at all these layers that we're getting with how important jewelry really is in life. We're expressing ourselves with it. It's an art form. We're wearing it for healing reasons. I do know, I told you guys this piece is broken. It's going to look great when I resolder it again, but I have to really find out. When I bought this, I didn't know if it was coin silver or if it was silver. So I'll be finding out when I repair this piece, but it's going to look good in layers. I'll tell you that much. So, now we're talking about our jewelry. I know at different times I've had people who are taking colloidal silver. Believe it or not, there's a colloidal silver in trace minerals that you actually, people will ingest. You can have a shortage of tiny bits of trace minerals. Not us, because we work with silver, right guys? But some people have really like a little shortage of trace minerals, colloidal silver, and now we know it's massaging different parts of our body, it's making noise and different things like that. So I think that is so interesting. So yay, I know. Interesting, isn't this? So you guys, it's like, our job as artists, I am always here to talk about the importance of an artist, in our art form. Intentional metalsmithing is a course that really trains you as an artist to bring whatever you want to do into your work. We don't like rules saying you shouldn't do it this way and you shouldn't do it this way, so it's kind of really the art form of jewelry, intentional metalsmithing. So that's the way I like to talk about jewelry. Is that, we're getting so close to getting the book done, guys, and I can't wait for the book to be ready. And I do have to say that, it really is done as technical, but also to bring our medium into an art form. Now, I do want to read this to you because I talked a little bit about the beginning of, jewelry as far as dance and movement. This is important. This is important. So this is like a young girl around the 18th century, which is in the 1700s, penetrates the dark silence of the desert night against the golden glow of the fire and the silver light of the moon. Necklaces, armbands, bracelets, and ankles appear to dance all by themselves in the air in a darkened silhouette of a young girl, whirls and twirls, arm raised to the heavens, imploring her beloved to come back home from the war. So as the singer's voice fades into the silence, the girl sinks to the ground. Her jewelry alone is visible, scattered in the sands. She's kind of laying down in the sands. Night after night, scenes like this play out in the sands that surround the ancient city of Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. So, you're really, I love this little phrase as I opened it up because I was like, oh my gosh, it really is jewelry in its full form. think about, it's nighttime. You don't need to see the silhouette of the person. You're hearing the music. You're seeing flashes of your jewelry and pieces. And that kind of is the original intents and use for all jewelry historically all over. So isn't that interesting, the noise? So you guys, I do want to say, in expressing yourself, oh my gosh, I was really excited I got so excited being away a little bit, but I do want to say we started the sale, and I really apologize, you guys. I do have these Indian pieces that I was so excited to collect, just so excited to get and collect these tiny little ones. One thing I did want to say is that in India, unlike Egypt or different places, back in time, jewelry was never buried with a person. It was just, kind of taken off the body and recycled. I'd want that for my kids. I don't know about you guys, but hi, you guys, nice to see you. Have you visited the region of India? I am going to be on my way there. I bought a ticket 3 times to get to this area, and I've had to cancel. So have you been there? I've had to cancel. I have a ticket sitting there waiting for me now. I was supposed to go a year ago in April. I was supposed to go in April, and then I was supposed to go in September, and I'm crying. So I haven't been there yet. I have been to right outside Nagaland. And I've studied this type of jewelry, and I can't wait to get there. So if you have been there, I have seen a lot of these in museums. So in fact, you guys, I am planning, once it opens, we still don't know the dates, but Michelle and I, in Morocco, we are planning a trip to India. We had it all laid out, and then COVID. So we are planning a trip to understand these dyes and soldering, but no sense now. This is a hollow form that's worn. This will be on my jewelry sale tomorrow, and I have beautiful pieces like these that will be on my jewelry sale tomorrow. Gorgeous, just pieces that I like to use, small little charms that are protector pieces, large charms just of protectors and all of this. So, oh my gosh, so all of these will be on the sale tomorrow. I have a friend of mine that is in India. Oh, look at this piece here. I've got some of these. I have a friend of mine, I'd love these as earrings or even an ear cuff, but a friend of mine is in India now, and they were on lockdown. It's been such a long lockdown for a lot of these people. It's been so hard, but these I love because they're actually some of this work that I'm teaching, and I love seeing these patterns of my new teaching that I'm doing. And these are just done and ready to be soldered on. So I have all kinds of pieces like that. The sale opens tomorrow, 9 o'clock on Eastern, 12 o'clock, noon. I bought one of the shot plates from you. Yay! Well, in my course that I'm teaching you guys, I have 2 spots open in Cleveland. We're doing this jewelry. It's the first time I'm teaching it in Cleveland, and it's the week of September. All these little granules and, all granulation and things like that. I'm teaching it the first time in September, and I did have a space that opened in Mexico if anyone is interested. There's one space that opened, someone had to cancel. So there is one space in Mexico. It's just beautiful. That's on my website. You can check it out there. And I have 2 spaces in Cleveland, and there are 2 people in Morocco who, because of their work, it's been such a hard, we're going to Morocco in October 18th to November 1st. It's a 2-week tour. There were 2 people who are looking to get their deposits back, and it was after deposits. I think she put all the money down. So if anyone is interested in Morocco, just email our email. Christina put it right up there, and we can let Michelle know. I mean, I know it's short notice, but I can't wait. It's like I just got back from Puerto Rico, and I'm like, oh my gosh, at least there's still Morocco where I can be inspired. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just loving this culture. So it's actually this work. It's kind of this granulation work, surface work, all of this type of work that I'm really, doing that is so exciting and interesting for me. And this is in my September workshop. That is the 17th, 18th, and 19th here in Cleveland. And yeah, so, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Laura. My hair held up, just got back from Puerto Rico. There's my hairstylist, so she always likes to see if my hair is looking good. I'm super light. I think I really like my hair, so we're all set, right guys? Doing the shot plates with you. I am bringing, okay, well guess what? We're gonna be doing the shot plates because this one is made with the shot plate directly on here. These are made, this one is made with the shot plate. So all these Indian shot plates I have in my Cleveland studio. I'm bringing to Mexico, I'm bringing to Morocco. You guys bring yours too. Who's coming? And we're gonna do all of these techniques, so no worries. We're gonna use the Indian shot plates. You're gonna learn granulation. I have a nice sale coming up. These are my beautiful earrings that I have been wearing every day. These aren't for sale yet. These won't be. Some of these will be for sale soon, but not this Friday. Oh my God, how can we stand it? You know, these are actually a lot heavier than the pair I have on. They'd have to be worn. These are traditional though, very traditional. That's a little bit of coral. And these would either have to be worn with cuffs, and man, do I love these, and just listen to the noise. You know, they're made for movement. They're made for swing. They're made to be worn. Jewelry in India is made to be worn and moved and jingled in. You know what I mean? So it has to be made well. So, oh, thank you. Well, that's not my work back there. These are traditional Indian pieces here. You know, I do have my work in here. Using the granulation, you know, like this. Like I'm really using these Algerian flattened, you know, so these are beyond intentional metalsmithing. So I'm also going to do a little online course with that too, because it's such a cool technique with this surface work. It really is the next steps beyond intentional metalsmithing. If anyone is interested in like a little bit more. So yay, bring to Morocco 6 Indian shot plates. Right on, Sherry. And let me grab these. Let me see if I get these. Yeah. Well, my marriage necklace isn't working because I'm not married right now anyway, you know. And I really like showing these techniques here, you know, this is one of the rings that Sherry got one of the copies. I did. This is all surface work. So all this work is going to be really fun and mixing with gems and all that. So anyway, you guys, I just wanted to let you know. Let's see if anybody has anything to say to me. I'm going to keep this a little shorter, but oh my gosh, you guys. It's been so nice seeing you guys today. I was so excited because I got back in my studio and I forgot that I had scrubbed my studio clean. So I'm all set to go. Ooh, these earrings, I don't even know what to call them. I know, they really are. You know, it stimulates my happiness hearing these tiny gems, you know, or these tiny, you know, that's really what they're for, is for music in your ears. I've got an ankle bracelet that's louder that I can hear all the way up in my ears. You know, this one is a little bit lighter. Super light, the ends on here. Some of the Indian jewelry is not light, but it's like I'm really realizing, like with these earrings, what do you realize with your things as you're building? I really like this. This is a really good length for me. So I'm like, ooh, I love this fullness, hitting right at this length. What can I build with my own work that would be really full right here? That's what I'm thinking, right? What are you guys thinking for your own work? You know what I mean? What are you guys thinking? So let this be an inspiration to you, I hope. This is Jewelry Talk from the Nomadic Jeweler and Susan Lenart, and I'm so grateful that you guys are here today. So, oh my gosh, I will see you guys bejeweled next, I'll see you guys bejeweled next Thursday for sure. And intentional metalsmithing, I'll see you guys next week. I can't wait to hook up with everybody. Oh, thank you. To grab a set. Oh, I will. I'll let you know for some of these. What can you build exactly? So, you know, I will have these. I'll probably have these photographed for the every single one is different. Like, look at this row. You know, these are really the antiques. These will be maybe with the jewelry sale. These are not built by me. They're definitely worn, but I think they'd be great even as a pendant or with ear cuffs. You know what I mean? So you just have to use your little imagination there. But I definitely have the components tomorrow. So see what you guys like with the components. All right, you guys. Oh my gosh. Do you ever make pieces specifically? Oh, have I ever made pieces specifically for my hair? Wouldn't that be fabulous? I actually have made, because I like to stick the stick in my hair and put something beautiful sticking out the top. So definitely that. Wouldn't that be cool? It's like a whole or two things going in this way. I was just reading, I have this book on just fashion through time, and it's so interesting. During the 1300s were those cones where you would pluck your hair in the front to wear these cones, you know. And anyway, I thought, ooh, wouldn't that be great with two sticks in your hair with two great pieces, right, guys? I love it. Thank you for inspiring me. All right, you guys. I'll see you next Thursday. I'll see my group next week, and happy building to you guys.